So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the snowplow that we use for the Polaris Ranger. So on a couple of my videos, I had some trouble with the plow triggering, and basically that's when the plow rolls over. And that's a safety device. That's so when you hit things that your plow will kind of fall over it, and your plow will easily ride over the items that you're going over, like storm drains, manholes, speed bumps, anything of that nature. So basically what we're going to do here is I'd like to be able to tighten up these springs here. And these springs are basically what allows the plow to flex and roll over. But the trouble is, they have these springs here. If you can see right here, they're adjusted almost all the way up. So we're going to tighten that adjustment, and that will take away some of the spring. And what I mean by that, it's going to take a little bit of that reaction away. So I came into a situation where I ran into some heavy snow, and the plow was just triggering. And you can check that video out right here. There was another case where I was trying to push in some of this brush over here, and I was having the same thing. As soon as I fell off this edge here, I was having issues with pushing that brush in. So I'm going to show you how to easily tighten up this tension. It's really simple. Most of these do come with 2 bolts rather than just 1. Usually there's a bolt on the bottom and on the top. For some reason on this particular plow system, they only put 1 on the top, not on the bottom. So you can see how sloppy loose they are. So we're going to get those tightened up, and I'm going to show you how. Now, if this spring does give you an issue, let's see if you can see it a little better here. If this spring does give you an issue here, you can put this in here to hold this back. Okay, and that will keep the spring in place so you can get it tightened. Now, once it's taut, and what I mean by taut is, as you can see over here on this other spring, you can just see all the slop we have here. You can see here that it's kind of tight now, and that's going to be all the difference that we need. Sloppy, tight. So you can see a difference now of the different amount of thread I have here to this side. So we want about a 1/2 inch of thread exposed. So let's go move on to this side here. As I said, this is starting to move around a little bit, so we're going to just use the screwdriver to pry up against the back of the plow, and that's going to make it nice and tight. I had about 16 turns on the other side. All right, so that's about the same. So again, that's still kind of sloppy. As you can see, as far as thread goes, I've got a little more on this side. But you can see I got a lot of movement over here. This side's pretty taut. This side, not so much. So I'm going to put a little bit more crank on this side. Like I said, you want them kind of even, but you want them to both have equal tension. That's feeling a little better here. I'll put another turn on this side. Okay, let's see the difference in that. Okay, as you saw before, when I kicked down on this, I was able to kick it quite easily. And it's taking quite a bit more to push that down. So, I'm going to go ahead and put just a couple more turns on both sides. you can see that spring's starting to get a little bit funky on me. It's actually fighting me a bit. Oops. Okay, I'm thinking that's pretty good now. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so that really makes it a very easy way to just tighten up these springs, and we'll get less trip action now. So when we come into some of that hard packed snow, we'll be able to cut into it a little bit better. So I hope this helped you guys out. It's really a simple fix. As I said, on some of the plows, you may have 3 springs, you may have 4. This is a pretty simple plow. Usually you will see some set nuts on the back here, and that keeps this from moving around. This particular plow doesn't have it, which, you know, on the big commercial plows like Western and the Myers, they're gonna have set nuts on there. This doesn't have it. You could put those on if you don't like the movement that you're getting, but you know, it's a light duty plow, so I don't think it's going to be necessary. This is basically what we were working with here. This is our Polaris 900 XP. It's a Ranger. An inexpensive plow really, but it does the trick. And I have 2 videos out there, one of which I do some snow plowing with it, and I've used the plow for that, and another video where I work with some firewood and I push some brush around pretty good. So here's what we're working with, guys. Nice machine. If you guys ever have any questions about the Polaris Rangers, feel free to comment, and I'd be glad to answer any questions that I can answer. I'm by no means a pro, but I've had some experience with some of these units, and certainly with the plowing. So I hope this guy helped you guys out. You could do it yourself.